Hello, and welcome to the first episode of this school year for the Port Clinton Middle School video magazine. I'm one of your hosts, Emma Connect.
And I'm Morgan Lemke. Thanks for joining us. Another school year has gone off to a tremendous start, and we're here to give you the highlights. So let's start today's show with a segment about our principal, Miss Sanchez. I was able to catch up with her earlier this week. Let's take a look. Hi, I'm Morgan Lemke, an 8th grader at PCMS. While my days here are busy as a student, I know our principal, Miss Sanchez, is super busy, so I thought it'd be fun to follow her around to see things she does in a day. Let's take a look. Wow, as you can see, she packs a lot in her day. We're thankful for her and her staff who make our days more enjoyable. I'm Morgan Lemke reporting for the PCMS video magazine.
Our next story features an activity that took place earlier this year, pumpkin painting. Lindsay Ronfola is here to tell us more.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Rumfula, and today the Student Council and the Builders Club have teamed up to support breast cancer awareness and to spread holiday cheer to the middle school. This is the second year pumpkins and posters have been created to support this cause. Pumpkins will be displayed at the middle school and the Board of Education until Thanksgiving break. Let's take a look at what people are creating. What made you come up with this idea to bring awareness to breast cancer?
Sure. Well, Mrs. Deckerman and myself were emailed by Brian Gibson, who wants us to spread awareness. And so, because Halloween is what, I think all of us remember October for, but it's a great time to also think pink. And so in a lifetime, 1 in 8 women are diagnosed with breast cancer. It's the #1 cancer of women in America, and it's just an important thing to bring awareness to.
What made you and Miss File team up?
So last year, Ms. File came to me and asked me if Student Council would like to participate with Builders Club on a breast cancer awareness event. And we put our heads together, and Ms. File had this great idea for pumpkin painting. And we also did a guess the weight of the pumpkin, and just had some really fun activities. And it worked out so well that we decided to do it again this year with our 2 groups together.
Students definitely use their creativity to create their pumpkins and their posters. Thank you to Miss Dackerman with the Student Council and Miss File with the Builders Club.
Thanks, Lindsay. That looked like a lot of fun. Well, Emma, Thanksgiving is quickly approaching, and we wondered what students were most thankful for. I heard you talk to some people to find out.
That's right, Morgan, I did. It was nice to hear what everyone at the PCMS is thankful for. Morgan, what are you most thankful for?
I'm thankful for my family, my friends, and my dogs.
I'm most thankful for my teachers and family and friends. Here's what our fellow classmates and teachers had to say.
Hi, my name is Emma Connect, and Thanksgiving is right around the corner. To help the students get into holiday spirit, I'll be going around the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade pod to find out what they're thankful for. Let's go see who's available.
I am thankful for my family. My dog.
I'm thankful for my rabbit.
I'm thankful for my dog.
I'm thankful for my friends.
I'm thankful for my family.
My dog.
My 6 birds.
My family.
My friends.
What about you?
Family and friends.
Food.
Food, Laren, and Wyatt.
I'm thankful for myself.
I'm thankful for my family and my parents.
Yeah, I'm also thankful for my family and food.
Soap and deodorant so I don't smell like BO.
I'm thankful for my dogs.
My family.
My friends.
Mr. Rohde, what are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for my family, my wife, and my 2 kids that I love very much, and the opportunity to come and work with you guys every day.
Nice.
Next up is our teacher feature segment. Braylon Anderson caught up with 8th grade math teacher Miss Laughlin. Let's take a look.
Hi, my name is Braylon Anderson, and we're highlighting 8th grade math teacher Miss Laughlin for our teacher feature on this episode of PCMS Video Magazine. Thank you for being here today, Miss Laughlin. So we're gonna start with asking more about you. So we know you're a teacher at PCMS, but what do you like to do outside of school?
So I have 3 kids and a husband, and we are pretty busy. We have lots of sport players. We also like camping, and we run a family farm.
Well, that seems fun. You're probably really busy.
Yeah.
Well, can you tell us a little bit more about your family?
Sure. My husband and I have been married for a little over 11 years. We have a daughter, Stella, who's in 4th grade. She just turned 10. Claire is a 1st grader. She's 7. And Cordell is our youngest 4-year-old, and he is in preschool.
Wow, that's a lot. Well, how long have you been a teacher, and what are you certainly working on your classes?
So this is my, I think 14th year. I've kind of lost track, not gonna lie. I think 13th. Right now we are doing a volume unit with some data, and next week, without giving out anything fun, we have a project that we're gonna start in math, and it's gonna trickle into all your other classes.
Ooh.
So surprise coming.
Well, what's your favorite thing about working here at PCMS?
So I actually started teaching at the old middle school that was over by the courthouse, and then I got to move to the new building, got to see it be built. And over the course of time, every year, obviously, I get a new group of kids, but I have also had the chance to work with different adults throughout the building. So that's kind of fun. A lot of the adults that work here, we actually hang out outside of school too. So that's fun, getting to work with your friends. But when it comes to the kids, getting a fresh start every year with the kids, and even though I teach the same thing to me over and over, it's just fun to see how the kids react to all the different things that we do every year.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's really fun. Like seeing like all the different things that we do, like from like last year and the year before, like just getting more things. It's fun getting new teachers every year.
And hopefully you learn a little something.
Yeah. Yeah. So, since you teach math, if you could be any geometry figure, what would you choose and why?
So I was trying to be clever, and I'm not clever. So part of me wanted to say like a really random shape, but then I also go back and I'm kind of a boring person at the same time. So I kind of feel like I would be a circle, and the fact that a lot of the things I do, I go round and round about, but at the same time, like a circle never ends, so everything I do never has an ending point, so I would go with the circle.
That's fun. Circles are pretty boring though.
See, I feel like that's why I would be a circle. I'm not anything fun or unique, but I don't know. We'll see.
Like a rhombus or something?
Yeah, like a cool name. Like when I went to Bowling Green, they had this really cool glass. I was called like an icosahedron or something. It was like this 30-sided shaped, and every side had a different color, and it was made of glass. It was really cool looking, but I'm not like that. So I went with the boring circle.
Or maybe like a diamond, like pretty like sparkly diamond.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot about you.
Oh, yeah.
That's really fun to learn. Like you teach, you have a lot of kids, you have a farm.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of your farm, is it hard to take care of?
It can be. So my husband does the majority of the work. I'm not going to lie. He does the majority of it. So our farm is 2 parts. We have animals, and then we also like farm the ground. So like actually today my husband's home combining beans, getting those taken off, and that's part of what makes our family run. And then Stella was in 4-H this year, so she got to show at like the Ottawa County Fair, and she had cows and pigs that she showed. And then Claire and Cordell, they do a Pee-wee show, so they got to show pigs even though they're not quite old enough to. So they still got to experience and have the fun, and so it teaches kids, the life cycle of animals and how things run and who feeds people and things like that. So it's a fun thing. I feel like that's kind of something that makes me unique in our building. Not many teachers have that experience, so it's fun to talk to kids because a lot of the kids here in Port Clinton don't have that experience either.
Right. Yeah, so that's fun. Well, thank you for joining us today and helping us learn more about you.
Anytime.
We're very glad to have Miss Laughlin here at PCMS. Another teacher we're very glad to have is art teacher Miss Davis. She recently had her students create a project to honor our veterans for Veterans Day. Nick Clark has that story.
Recently in Miss Davis's art class, and in honor of Veterans Day, students created drawings honoring those men and women who have proudly served their country. Approximately 75 students in grades 6th to 8th completed drawings, and they are prominently displayed outside of the art room for all students and staff to enjoy. Students use drawing pencils and colored pencils or markers to create their projects and spent 3 days in class working on them. According to Miss Davis, the students were very excited about this project as they knew they were honoring their veterans. They took the assignment seriously and focused on good craftsmanship. Thank you to all our veterans for your service. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks to all the veterans past and present for your sacrifices. It's time now for a story about a group that has been crazy successful this year, our academic challenge team. Zika Rambula sat down with advisor Miss File and one of her members.
Hi, I'm Ezekiel Aramia. I'm joined by academic challenge advisor Miss File and one of the members of her award-winning 8th grade team, Mason Short. Let's learn a little bit about their season this year. Tell our viewers about your seasons this year for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade.
Definitely. So our 6th grade team, they're super gritty and they know it's important to go after every question. Our 7th grade team is full of some hard workers. So when they don't know something, they're definitely persistent about making sure they know what to research. And then our 8th grade team is extremely competitive amongst each other and then amongst the other area's schools. Would you agree, Mason?
Oh, it's completely.
Mm-hmm.
We're always trying to get top dog in that.
Yes. So we have top dogs among the top dogs.
Yeah. Who are some of the hardest teams you faced throughout the years? Definitely Danbury.
Mm-hmm. Danbury usually has a human calculator. And then when we advance, Perkins is always definitely a challenging team to compete against. Their scope of knowledge is far and wide.
How do you study for the academic challenge? So there's a book we normally have to read on it, and then one of the topic is literature questions, and the literature questions have to focus around the book, or they focus around the book somewhat. So you're asked questions about it, and then if you get the question right, your team gets a point, and if you get it wrong, your team doesn't get a point, then it goes to toss-up. But each team also gets 2 tries at it. Correct me if I'm wrong.
You're good.
Mostly everything.
Yeah, and usually we prepare as much as we can. It's definitely a toss-up of what we're getting thrown our way. But generally, I just let the kids fly.
Do you have any rituals or routines prior to the matches?
I think I would say I definitely I let them fly. We prepare as much as we can, and then I just try to boost their confidence and remind them that every point, every category, every toss-up, right, Mason? Mm-hmm. Everything counts because it makes a difference. And as long as they're generally really excited, that's all I care about. I want them to have fun up there.
What are some of the hardest questions kids have answered? 2-step math problems, because for the math problems, like the one was an airport, and the airport takes 200 some flights a day with 110 passengers on each flight. And then during Christmas, it's an extra 35% passengers and flights a day. It's quite crazy.
Mm-hmm. And every question, they're only permitted 10 seconds, and then it's a toss-up. So in 10 seconds to solve a multi-step word problem that's very challenging and difficult can be very nerve-wracking, would you say, Mason?
Yes, very. Thank you, Ms. File and Mason, for being here. Best of luck in the in the years to come.
Thank you.
Thank you, Z.
Our next story features a movie that many of us probably watched during Halloween time. Even though it's been around for 20 years, it's still a Halloween favorite. Lily Meinster is here with that movie review of Hocus Pocus.
Hello, my name is Lily Meinster, and today on the PCMS video magazine, I will be reviewing the movie Hocus Pocus. It was originally released in 1993, but is still a favorite for many, especially around Halloween. David Kirshner is the director of this movie about how one of the main characters, Max, accidentally frees a group of evil witches who used to live in the house with the help of a magical cat. Max and his friends must steal the witch's book of spells to stop them from becoming immortal. The movie has become so popular that Disney has announced a sequel. Hocus Pocus 2 will be coming out in the fall of 2020 and will stream exclusively on Disney+. I can't wait to see if the sequel is as good as the original. I'm Lily Meinzer reporting for the PCMS magazine.
Thanks, Lily, for that review. For many students, dealing with injuries has unfortunately been a part of life this year. Malachi Pinkleton spent his fair share of time on crutches. To get a better understanding of just how difficult that can be, he sat down with a few other students that also have dealt with injuries this year. Let's roll that interview, please.
Hello, I'm Malachi Pinkleton, and I'm here with two Portland Middle School students, 7th grader Wyatt Yarbrough and 8th grader Emma Connect. Emma and Wyatt both suffered injuries like me, but my injury was totally different than both of them. I had two injuries. One was on my hip in a track meet, and the other was my knee in the middle of a football game. All right, so I'm gonna ask them some questions today, and all right, so I'm gonna start off with Emma. All right, what was your injury and how did it happen?
Actually, I had two injuries. About 2 months ago, I was playing in a volleyball match, and I was blocking, and I came down on my foot wrong over another player, and then at the beginning of the year in February I was playing soccer with my brother and he overshot the ball, and I didn't know this because I was playing goalie, and I jumped up and my finger got caught in between the crossbar and the ball, and I dislocated and fractured it and chipped 45% of my bone off.
Yikes. All right, what about you, Wyatt?
So in a football game I was running the ball and I got tackled and some kid tried snapping my ankle and I ended up fracturing it.
Dang, that's tough. But all right, did you miss a lot of school as a result?
I missed 1 or 2 days getting used to my crutches, and then the rest was just for appointments, so not too much.
What about you?
Just a couple of days due to appointments.
All right, were there any accommodations or special things that had to be done to make it any easier?
Well, someone had to carry my books to every single class, and then one time I was having such a hard time getting over to the high school with Mrs. Pell's class that Malachi had to push me in a wheelchair on the way to the high school.
That was a very interesting fact, Emma. All right, what about you, Wyatt?
Pretty much like the same thing, but besides Kai pushing me in a wheelchair.
All right, if you could invent something that would help you move around in middle school, what would you invent?
I would probably get something to attach to my crutches so I could carry my own books so I don't have to rely on other people, because a lot of the time they would forget and I'd be stuck on my own.
All right, what about you, Wyatt?
I would make a chair that you can go up and down the stairs with.
All right, well, thank you for joining us today. I'm Malachi Pinkton, reporting from Port Clinton Middle School Magazine.
Earlier, you heard from Lily Meinster with a movie review. Now let's go to Mikey Wheeler, who has a book review. He chose a book that most middle schoolers are familiar with, Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Hello, I am Mikey Wheeler. Today on the PCMS video magazine, I'll be reviewing the book, Diary of a Wimpy Kid by author Jeff Kinney. Originally published in 2007, this book is the first in a series about a boy named Greg Heffley and his attempts to become popular in his first year of middle school. Greg writes about his mid-adventures, thoughts, and opinions in a diary, which is how the book gets its name. The book was made into a movie in 2010, grossed $75.7 million at the box office, which just proves how much people love the story. As for the Book 15 more books were written in series, and book 16 Big Shot was just published last month. So if you're looking for a book with lighthearted humor and stories that every middle schools can relate to look no farther, Diary of Wimpy Kid. I highly recommend it. I'm Mikey Wheeler reporting for the PCMS Video Magazine.
That book series is a great one for students of all ages. We recently wrapped up our fall sports seasons and are ready to start winter sports, and that means basketball. Reporter Isabel Alva is on the 8th grade basketball team, and we joined her at a recent practice to hear what her coach and teammates had to say about the upcoming season.
Hello, I'm Isabel Alville, and I'm a part of the basketball team. My jersey number is 22, and today I'm here with Coach Schlumbum and Carrie and Jenna. Today we're going to be talking about the upcoming season and what it holds. My first question is, how is the few players affecting the team and practices?
So with so few players, we're just working hard at getting better. Some of them haven't played before, but that's all right. We'll keep getting better. And in game situations, there might be times where some players from the 7th grade play up with the 8th graders, and we might have to kind of adjust depending upon who's at school and who's not. So that's kind of how we'll handle the so few players part.
Do you guys have anything to add to that? Okay. My second question for you guys is, what's the goals and expectations for the team this season?
For each season and anything I coach, the main objective, we want to get better. We want to get better each day. We want to work hard and stay focused in practice, and then that translates to the different games that we'll play and throughout the season. I hope at each level we can win a few, hopefully a little more, and depending upon the level and girls we have. So we want to improve each day with each player.
My goal personally is I want to get better with dribbling with my left hand and kind of be more aggressive during just practice and games as well. Do you guys have any goals?
My goal is to get better at dribbling and doing defense and offense, and yeah.
My goal is, so I am injured. My goal is to get back out on the court at some point this school year, and definitely to get better, just working as a team with all the new girls and some of the girls that we haven't played with for a few years, that some of us have been closer together for the past maybe 4 years. So definitely getting better with the new girls and just learning how to play with them and stuff. So yeah, that's one of my goals, I guess.
My last question for you guys is a fun question. What's your favorite part about the practice and the scrimmages so far?
My favorite part is working with new girls that I have not worked with before, and meeting new meeting new people and stuff.
My favorite part is getting closer with these girls again that I have probably not talked to since last basketball season or end of our AAU team. So it's really nice just getting back with the girls again and hanging out more and getting closer. So yeah.
My favorite part is it's different because I only ever really coached boys, so I'm coaching girls for the first time. And I will say that girls do listen better than boys and kind of give it a little different spin. I do have a daughter now, so it's going to help as I get older, and as she gets older, kind of just having some experience working with somebody different other than just boys. So I look forward to that each day.
Thank you guys for joining me today, and I can't wait to see what's in store for the upcoming season.
Best of luck to all of our winter sport teams. Earlier on the show, we heard about some activities related to the Halloween season. In keeping with that theme, 8th grade language art teacher Miss Moody introduced the horror genre. Madeline Rios is here to tell us more about it.
Recently in Miss Moody's language arts class, we studied a unit on horror. We completed many activities and assignments such as the foldable listing characteristics. The mini legend research activity where we researched legends, wrote a summary of our favorite legends, and shared them with the class. The slide shows using newly learned words, and we read a short story called The Monkey's Paw. This is really enjoyable unit, and I learned a lot. Thanks, Miss Moody, for making learning fun.
The past year and a half has been tough on everyone, especially students and teachers. We learned how to do online school when necessary, and also we're fortunate to be able to be in school this year. We did a survey to find out what students liked about both delivery methods. Here's what we learned.
80% of students preferred learning in person, while only 20% preferred online. The main advantages listed in person included being able to see your friends and socializing, having teachers there to answer questions, and being able to interact with activities.
And while most students preferred to be in school, they did list some advantages of learning online. The biggest one was being able to sleep in. They also mentioned the flexibility of being able to do your own work at your own pace and being more comfortable at home.
Thank you to all the students that responded to the survey. Our last story features a topic that will be extremely important for the current 8th graders, how to make the transition from middle school to high school. Ty Thomas has a little insight to help us successfully navigate that transition.
Hello, I'm Ty Thomas. The transition from middle school to high school can be a difficult one for many students, but there are some things that can make the transition easier. We've talked to some guidance counselors, and here's what they've had to say. Ms. Stamm, middle school counselor, suggests we ask questions throughout 8th grade so we're prepared when it's time to schedule classes. Be confident in adjusting any schedule. The schedule will be different, expectations will be different, and you will be more independent. But you can handle it. And at last, get involved. There are so many new things to try at the high school. Join a new club, a sport, a class that sounds interesting to you. So if you're dreading going from middle school to high school, remember, there's nothing to worry about. Just simply follow this advice, and remember, every student will experience it differently. So just try your best to make the best experience that you can. I'm Ty Thomas reporting for the PCMS Video Magazine.
Thanks, Ms. Stamm, for your advice. Well, that concludes another edition of the PCMS Video Magazine. We hope you've enjoyed watching it as much as we've enjoyed putting it together.
You can catch the stories online anytime at the Port Clinton City School Video Production YouTube channel. Simply search PCCS Video Production and go to the middle school playlist, or you can click the video gallery link on the district website.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next show.